Friedrich Nietzsche was a German philosopher born in 1844, known for his provocative ideas and unique writing style. He lived during a time of great change in Europe, when traditional beliefs were being challenged by new scientific discoveries and political movements. Nietzsche's work often questioned the moral values of society, particularly those rooted in religion. He studied classical philology and became a professor, but his career was cut short due to health issues. As a result, he devoted himself to writing and philosophy. His most famous works include Thus Spoke Zarathustra and A Beyond Good and Evil, where he explored concepts such as the will to power and the idea of the Übermensch, or overman. These concepts reflect his belief in striving for greatness beyond societal norms. Nietzsche was known for his striking style, often using metaphor and poetry to convey deep philosophical ideas. He critiqued the prevailing moral standards of his day, especially those promoted by Christianity, which he felt suppressed individual strength and creativity. Rather than seeing democracy as an uplifting force, he viewed it as a system that could potentially weaken the strong by promoting equality at the expense of excellence. In understanding Nietzsche's perspective, it's crucial to grasp how his life experiences influenced his thoughts on society, power, and what it means to be truly exceptional in a world that often prioritizes sameness over individuality. To understand Nietzsche's critique of democracy, it is essential first to grasp what democracy itself represents. At its core, democracy is a system of government in which power lies with the people. This is achieved through principles like equality, voting rights, and representation. Under democratic ideals, every citizen has a voice and an equal opportunity to participate in decision-making processes. The foundation of democracy rests on the belief that all individuals, regardless of their background or abilities, deserve a say in how their society is governed. Voting allows citizens to express their opinions on leaders and policies, ideally leading to a government that reflects the will of the majority. Additionally, representation ensures that various groups within society have advocates who can speak for their interests. However, while these principles promote inclusivity, Nietzsche raised questions about their broader implications for society. He argued that this push for equality could lead to a dilution of excellence and achievement. By prioritizing the least capable's needs over the most able, he believed democracy might create a culture that rewards mediocrity instead of fostering the unique talents and strengths of exceptional individuals. Thus, the essence of democracy, its emphasis on equality and representation, forms a backdrop against which Nietzsche's concerns about societal values can be understood. He saw democratic processes as potentially undermining individual greatness in favor of conformity and sameness. Building on his critique of democracy, Nietzsche's views on equality reveal deeper insights into his philosophy. He strongly believed that not everyone possesses the same abilities or strengths. Unlike the democratic notion that promotes equal worth among individuals, Nietzsche argued for the existence of natural hierarchies based on talent and capability. In his view, society thrives best when it recognizes these differences rather than striving for uniformity. Nietzsche contended that many people follow a tendency to elevate the weak while neglecting or suppressing the strong. He felt this approach stifled potential and creativity by pushing exceptional individuals to conform to a standard that suited the majority. Rather than nurturing unique gifts, he believed such a system often leads to mediocrity. He described those who excel as higher types, individuals capable of transcending ordinary societal constraints. According to Nietzsche, these higher types contribute significantly to culture and advancement. When society prioritizes equality, it risks dampening their aspirations and achievements in favor of a false sense of fairness. Ultimately, Nietzsche's critique of equality reflects his broader concern about how societal values shape individual potential. He believed that recognizing and celebrating differences in abilities could foster innovation and greatness instead of fostering a culture where everyone is expected to be the same. By emphasizing natural hierarchies, Nietzsche sought to champion the exceptional over the average, advocating for a world that encourages true excellence rather than simply equal footing for all. One of Nietzsche's most compelling ideas is the concept of the Übermensch, often translated as overman or superman. This figure embodies the pinnacle of human potential, representing individuals who rise above conventional values and societal limitations. The Übermensch is not merely a strong person. Instead, they are creative thinkers and innovators who redefine what it means to be human. Nietzsche introduced the idea of the Übermensch in his work Thus Spoke Zarathustra, where he describes this ideal individual as someone who creates their own values rather than adhering to those imposed by society. The Übermensch embraces life with all its challenges and uncertainties, seeking to transform personal experiences into something meaningful and powerful. In doing so, they transcend typical moral constraints and societal expectations. For Nietzsche, the emergence of the Übermensch is essential for humanity's evolution. He believed that as society develops and grapples with its limitations, individuals must strive to become more than what they currently are. This pursuit requires rejecting mediocrity and embracing one's unique strengths and talents, qualities that a democratic focus on equality might suppress. By championing the Übermensch, Nietzsche calls for a re-evaluation of values that prioritize excellence over conformity. He envisions a future where exceptional individuals lead humanity forward, challenging norms and inspiring others to reach their fullest potential. This idea stands in stark contrast to democratic ideals that promote sameness and can inadvertently weaken those capable of greatness. Nietzsche believed that democracy fundamentally undermines the potential of strong individuals by enforcing conformity and mediocrity. In a democratic society, the emphasis on equality can lead to a culture where the extraordinary is often seen as a threat to the ordinary. This environment discourages unique talents and innovative thinkers, compelling them to fit into a mold that values sameness over distinction. The impact of this dynamic is significant. Nietzsche argued that when societal norms prioritize the needs and opinions of the majority, exceptional individuals may feel marginalized or pressured to adjust their aspirations. This pressure not only stifles creativity but also prevents the stronger individuals from achieving their full potential. They may find themselves hiding their abilities to avoid standing out, thus contributing less to society as a whole. Furthermore, Nietzsche pointed out that this trend can create a sense of resentment among those who feel their unique gifts are unappreciated. Instead of encouraging personal growth and achievement, democracy may unintentionally promote a uniform standard that discourages ambition and excellence. He saw this as a dangerous cycle, where mediocrity becomes the norm, and the pursuit of greatness is left behind. Ultimately, Nietzsche's reflections on democracy reveal his belief that for society to flourish, it must celebrate rather than suppress the strengths of its most capable individuals. By doing so, he argued, society could benefit from their contributions and insights, paving the way for progress and innovation rather than stagnation rooted in conformity. Nietzsche's critique of democracy also extends into the realm of morality, which he viewed as a significant hindrance to individual greatness and creativity. In his perspective, democratic morality emphasizes collective values and often prioritizes the needs of the majority over the aspirations of exceptional individuals. This focus on communal standards can suffocate those with unique talents and innovative ideas, forcing them to conform to a prescribed moral code that does not align with their personal pursuits. According to Nietzsche, traditional morality, especially that shaped by religious or societal norms, tends to promote self-denial and humility rather than strength and excellence. He believed that such moral frameworks discourage individuals from fully embracing their abilities and desires. Instead of encouraging people to strive for greatness, these moral systems often create guilt and fear around pursuing one's true potential, especially if it sets one apart from the crowd. Moreover, Nietzsche suggested that this collective morality fosters a culture where mediocrity becomes the ideal. As society valorizes selflessness and conformity, those who challenge these norms are often seen as threats or outcasts. This dynamic not only stifles creativity but also leads to resentment among individuals who yearn for recognition of their unique contributions. In contrast, Nietzsche called for a re-evaluation of morality that celebrates strength, individuality, and personal growth. He believed that a society willing to embrace these values could better nurture its exceptional individuals and unlock their potential for innovation and progress. By breaking free from restrictive moral doctrines, humanity can achieve greater heights. To understand Nietzsche's perspective on democracy, it's important to consider historical examples that illustrate how democratic ideals impact powerful leaders and thinkers. Throughout history, several influential figures have faced challenges when their exceptional qualities contradicted the prevailing norms of democratic society. For instance, figures like Socrates and Galileo Galilei encountered resistance due to their revolutionary ideas that challenged established beliefs. Socrates was sentenced to death for corrupting the youth of Athens and questioning Athenian values, while Galileo faced the Inquisition for asserting that the earth revolves around the sun. Both individuals exemplified exceptional intellectual prowess but were stifled by societal norms that valued conformity over innovation. In more modern contexts, thinkers such as Friedrich Nietzsche himself experienced similar struggles. His radical ideas about morality, individuality, and the human potential were often met with skepticism or outright rejection by a society focused on collective agreement and democratic principles. This pattern underscores Nietzsche's belief that democracy can suppress exceptional individuals who challenge the status quo. Moreover, political leaders like Napoleon Bonaparte, who aspired to greatness but ultimately faced backlash from democratic forces in Europe, illustrate how the pursuit of individual excellence can clash with collective ideals. While Napoleon sought to build an empire based on merit and capability, his actions were often viewed through the lens of democratic values emphasizing equality. By examining these historical instances, we see a recurring theme: those who strive to transcend mediocrity often face significant obstacles in a society that prioritizes uniformity over individuality. Nietzsche's critique reflects this tension between exceptionalism and democratic ideals, highlighting the potential dangers posed by a system that may inadvertently hinder progress and innovation. While Nietzsche's critiques of democracy raise important concerns, there are counter-arguments that defend democracy as a system beneficial to both the strong and the weak. Proponents of democracy argue that it creates an inclusive environment where diverse voices can be heard, allowing for a more equitable representation of society as a whole. In this framework, the strong can thrive alongside those who may not possess the same capabilities, fostering collaboration and innovation. Supporters contend that democratic systems allow exceptional individuals to emerge by providing opportunities for them to express their ideas and talents without fear of suppression. Unlike Nietzsche's portrayal of democracy as a stifling force, many believe that the checks and balances inherent in democratic governance encourage competition and excellence. For example, democratic societies often invest in education and innovation, creating pathways for talented individuals to succeed. Moreover, advocates argue that democracy promotes social responsibility among strong individuals. By engaging with and supporting weaker members of society, exceptional individuals can cultivate a sense of purpose and community that enriches their own contributions. This interaction not only enhances personal growth but also leads to societal advancement. Additionally, historical examples such as innovative leaders in democratic nations demonstrate how individual talents can flourish within a supportive system. Figures like Martin Luther King Jr. and Marie Curie made significant impacts on society while benefiting from the freedoms afforded by democratic structures. In summary, while Nietzsche raises valid points about the potential pitfalls of democracy, many argue that it is precisely this system that allows for the expression and development of exceptional individuals alongside broader societal progress. Nietzsche's ideas about democracy remain highly relevant in today's discussion surrounding leadership, strength, and individualism. In an age where concerns about equality and representation continue to dominate public discourse, his critiques offer a thought-provoking lens through which to evaluate contemporary societal structures. For instance, many leaders today grapple with balancing the demands of diverse constituencies while striving to enact innovative policies that reflect exceptional vision and ambition. As societies emphasize inclusivity and collective well-being, there is a growing concern that this may come at the expense of fostering individual creativity and excellence. Nietzsche's warning about the dangers of mediocrity resonates with those who fear that the push for equality could suppress daring thinkers and transformative leaders who challenge the status quo. In various fields, be it politics, science, or the arts, the tension between individuality and collective ideals continues to emerge as a critical theme. Moreover, the rise of populism and political movements that emphasize charismatic leadership can reflect Nietzschean principles, suggesting that strong individual leaders can inspire significant societal change. At the same time, these leaders must navigate the democratic landscape where public opinion largely shapes their actions. This dynamic raises questions about how contemporary societies can cultivate environments where exceptional talents are allowed to thrive while also addressing collective needs. By engaging with Nietzsche's critique of democracy, individuals today can better understand the delicate balance between embracing individual strengths and maintaining a cohesive society. This reflection can foster more nuanced discussions about leadership and progress in a rapidly changing world, encouraging a deeper exploration of what it means to excel amid collective norms. In conclusion, Friedrich Nietzsche's critique of democracy presents a compelling examination of how democratic ideals impact individual excellence and creativity. Throughout this discussion, we have explored how Nietzsche argued that the emphasis on equality can undermine the potential of strong individuals by promoting conformity and mediocrity. His concepts, such as the Übermensch, highlight the importance of celebrating exceptional talents rather than suppressing them in favor of collective norms. We also considered historical examples, such as Socrates and Galileo, who faced societal resistance due to their groundbreaking ideas, underscoring Nietzsche's belief that democracy can stifle individuality and hinder progress. While there are counterarguments asserting that democracy fosters an inclusive environment for both the strong and weak, Nietzsche's insights remind us to critically evaluate how societal pressures can shape our understanding of success and innovation. In today's world, where discussions about leadership, individualism, and social responsibility continue to evolve, Nietzsche's warnings resonate strongly. They challenge us to find a balance between nurturing exceptional talents while also addressing the needs of diverse communities. As we navigate these complexities, Nietzsche's critique serves as a vital reminder of the potential pitfalls embedded within democratic systems. Ultimately, reflecting on Nietzsche's thoughts encourages deeper conversations about what it means to achieve greatness in a society that often prioritizes uniformity over individuality. By embracing these discussions, we can strive for a future that values both collective well-being and the unique contributions of exceptional individuals.